Canadians in Mexico continuing to shelter in place as violence grips parts of that country. Government officials in western Mexico warned that Jalisco and Nayarit states, including the popular resort city of Puerto Vallarta, are currently unsafe for travel after the Mexican army announced it had killed the leader of a major drug cartel. Cartel members responded with violence across the country, blocking roads and setting fire to vehicles. It all appeared to be quite coordinated, and the situation has led multiple Canadian airlines to cancel flights to the area. But it's really about that specific area in western Mexico. Many airlines canceling to there, others still taking off to different Mexican destinations. CP24's Beatrice Ray has been talking to travelers at Pearson Airport, getting more of a sense of how they're feeling as they head to sunnier but potentially more unsettled destinations. B.
That's what we think. People are feeling a little bit of anxiety, though. The vast majority of people I've been talking to here obviously, if they came to the airport, they chose to continue with their vacation. They're heading to the eastern portion of Mexico, places like Tulum and Cancun. Obviously, a very different story and a different state of anxiety for those who are actually in Puerto Vallarta and in Jalisco province as well. When you talk about Canadians sheltering in place, we've got one of them joining us now live here on CP24. Sandra Crow, originally from Brampton, now in Puerto Vallarta. Sandra, thank you so much for making time for us. Firstly, how are you doing, and kind of what's the sense of what's happening around you this morning, some 24 hours since this violence first erupted?
Well, we're receiving probably the same news as you are. We may have more specifics. There are about 250 highway areas in the Jalisco state that are blocked by the cartel right now. So when I look out my window, it's completely quiet and silent. My other window, I see a cruise ship that's just in port, obviously unable to come, or just in the ocean, unable to come to port. The schools are all closed. Our complex, which is a gated community, is locked, so we're not able to leave it.
Sandra, I've been talking to some people who have loved ones down in Puerto Vallarta this morning, and they were telling me that their biggest concern is running out of food and water. Do you feel any anxiety about that? And I guess other people in your condo complex as well. Is there somewhere for people to get food and water if they need it?
For us at the moment, no. Fortunately, we have a filtered water system, so we're lucky with that. But we were supposed to go grocery shopping yesterday, so we're kind of fresh produce actually pretty much out. We have staples, obviously, in the freezer. People in the complex itself, it's 3 large condo buildings. Yesterday, people still did go down to the pool because we were able to access that. They told us at our own risk. But I think people will be open to sharing what they have because, it is going to become an issue if we can't get out for a couple more days.
I know you talked about the kind of sense of silence and quiet in the neighborhood around you. You were actually out riding your bike yesterday when the violence first started. Can you kind of give our viewers an idea of what it is that you actually experienced? What did you see? What did you hear?
Yes, it was probably the scariest moment of my life because I think Puerto Vallarta is so safe. I have, having come here many years, no issue going out biking by myself. Even when I saw plumes of smoke and I overheard it was cars, I still didn't take that sense of fear. I was in a fairly busy area and I took other people's calm and thought it was fine. And then there was a very loud sound. Once people started running, kind of a bang, that's when I started pedaling, and what should have been a 15-minute ride home took me over an hour because I had to keep zigzagging streets. There were cars on fire blocking streets. There would be a street that was completely shuttered up and I didn't feel comfortable that street. So go another way, turn a corner, and there's 5 young guys on motorbikes. I'm not taking that street. So there was some fear coming home, but also some nice moments of receiving help from Mexicans along the way.
Yeah, tell me about that. There was someone who actually, you told me, decided to walk with you because you told him that you felt scared based on what was happening around you.
Yes, yeah. My Spanish is quite passable. There were, in the area where I was, because I'd zigzagged so far away, only Mexicans around, and I would occasionally ask somebody for help. But this was the first person that I actually said to, I'm scared, because by that point I thought I might not get home. And I also thought he was an elderly gentleman with a cane, and I thought, him and I together, nobody's going to bother, right? And he walked with me. We walked together for 30 minutes because he as well was trying to get home. And he actually wanted to walk me all the way. And we got to a point where I said, I'm fine. It's 3 kilometers. And that's when he realized he couldn't. But he really wanted to take me home to get me there.
Yeah, I love that. A little bit of compassion and kindness as kind of chaos is happening around you. Sandra Crow, thank you so much for your time. I'm glad you're safe. Please be safe out there in Puerto Vallarta and keep us updated as well with what happens. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Nick, so that's a sense of how one Canadian, a woman from Brampton, is feeling kind of holed up, sheltered in a condo out in Puerto Vallarta, and certainly just waiting and watching to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it really throws the trip into turmoil, that's for sure. Okay, appreciate that. That's Beatrice Hazeman, live at Pearson Airport this morning. Thank you, Bea.